Hey guys, I'm back with a requested video, and this is how I make my Jamaican styled oxtails. Okay, so right now this is requested as a matter of fact. I got a request off of Facebook to show you guys how I make it. So here you have the oxtails. They're soaking in a salt water solution. This is going to clean some of the excess fat off of the oxtails. So I like to soak it in this for at least an hour. Okay, it's been soaking for about 45 minutes so far. In the meantime, you're going to need some vegetables, which you may not see all of these vegetables in a typical Jamaican styled oxtail dish. However, I like a little bit of color inside of my dishes. So I'm using 4 stalks of scallion, which is the green onion. I have red peppers. I also have orange and yellow peppers and green. They're hiding in there somewhere, right over here in the corner. Then I have a half of a tomato diced up, and you can use a canned tomato if you like. A whole white onion. You're also going to need some minced garlic. Now, if you don't have minced garlic, I would suggest you just get it because you can use whole garlic, but I like to use the minced because it's sitting in the juices and it, creates all of that flavor. Again, once I finish soaking these, I'm going to wash and rinse them, and then I'm going to season the oxtails, and I'm also going to add the vegetables to marinate them. So, as for the seasoning, I usually do not use salt in my house whatsoever unless it's on a potato or something. But for this dish, I picked up an old-fashioned seasoned salt by Larry's. You can use any seasoning salt that you want, but seasoning salt is ideal for this dish. You're also going to need some ground allspice, or you can even use the whole allspice cloves, but I don't like having to pluck them out once they're done, so I used a little bit of ground. You're going to need some garlic powder. You could use onion powder, but because I have 2 different types of onion, I'm not going to use onion powder today. Most Jamaican dishes are done with fresh thyme, but I didn't have any fresh thyme, so I'll go ahead and use the crushed thyme. Okay, it's just as good. You're going to maybe need about half a teaspoon of that, or maybe a half a tablespoon, excuse me. You're going to need some black pepper. I also use Worcestershire sauce. I use that for color and for flavor. And because I want to deepen this and make it like a stewed oxtail, like, a really dark, rich color, I'm going to be using some browning seasoning or gravy master, any kind of your choice. Now, if you don't have these items, you can very well go ahead and use either a can or a half a cup of some beef broth, okay, for color, and that'll be just fine. So I also use a tablespoon of ketchup. It gives the color that I want to the oxtails. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off, and then I'll come back with you guys and show you after I've seasoned it all what it should look like before you let it basically sit. I put it in the fridge for a couple hours. Some people do it overnight. You don't have to do it overnight. I'm going to do mine for a couple of hours because we are eating this tonight. So I'll come back in just a few moments and show you the next steps. Okay, so now what we have is about 2 tablespoons worth of the W sauce. And this is compliments of my good friend here on YouTube, Philly Boy J. I love his recipes. I watch them all the time. I'm actually taking one of his recipes today, and I'm tweaking it a little bit. Also want to take just about 2 tablespoons of the gravy master, and this is what gives our oxtails the color. I went ahead and added about 1 full-size tablespoon of the minced garlic in here. And then I just, kind of like scrunched it all in with my hands. Next, we're going to go ahead and add the seasonings, okay? So we're going to go in with the Larry's or any kind of seasoned salt that you have first. Now, I can't tell you how much to put in. I pretty much eye everything I do, but, you can taste it for flavor later on. So we're going to go ahead and add our seasoning salt. It's going to look like that. We want a little bit of garlic. not very much garlic, black pepper, okay. I'm gonna put just a pinch of the allspice. That's about good right there. Finally, we're gonna add our thyme. Not very much of that either. Sorry for the shaking, I'm holding the camera in my hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a mix and show you guys what I do next. Now that I added the seasonings in, what I did was take half of the veggies that I have on this plate, with the exception of the tomatoes. The tomatoes we're going to add in last. So just take half of all the veggies that you chopped up, mix it inside with your oxtails, and you're going to want to let this marinate for at least, if you're not going to do it overnight, I would say at least 2 hours. Some people say 8 to 10 hours. I just don't have that time in my daily life, so a couple of hours, long as these flavors are marinated. I mean, you're going to want to see and smell. If you guys could just smell through the phone right now, it's incredible. So all of these flavors are going to marinate in my oxtails. Like I said, I'm going to do it for a couple of hours, and then I will come back and show you guys how I get started on making this. So I've gone ahead and separated the marinated meat, which has been in the fridge for about 2.5 hours, from the veggies that it was marinating with. And here's the additional. And I have some hot oil. What I'm going to do is go ahead and add these, brown them for 10 minutes on each side, and I'll show you the rest. And here we have the browning process. I'm just pretty much browning this for about 10 minutes. 5 minutes on each side. I'm going to strain some of the oil. I'm going to add the remaining vegetables and the beef stock. And we're going to let this simmer for about 4 hours. I'll come back with the end result. Okay, you guys, so this is the oxtails after 3 hours. I actually just cooked it with the entire lid on the entire time. I wanted to let you guys know, oops, there goes the steam, that I did add about 4 additional cups of water. I had to add it. So I'm going to plate up, show you guys the absolute end result, and thank you so much for watching. And this is the end result. This is what my plate looks like. We're about to eat it. It is delicious, fall off the bone oxtails, Jamaican style, with a little bit of white rice and kidney beans, and those beans are from the can, and some plantains, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye.